Hey Playas, how you doing? Welcome back to Playas Guide. On this episode of Playas Guide, I'm going to be covering a couple YouTube channels that I feel have been forgotten in time and or just don't have the momentum that they once did. And I feel like you guys should know about these channels because I've really enjoyed them when they were putting out frequent content. So the first channel I want to talk about, and this is a very enjoyable one. You may have heard of this character because he does still do some stuff. So the channel is called Nathan Barnett. That's the actor. He plays different characters. But the show that he does on the channel and did frequently 9, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, was called Talking Classics. He was part of the Screw Attack team, and he played this nerdy character who just played all kinds of retro games mostly and was hilarious.
The cool thing about the Neo Geo AES is that you can put the memory card in and save your data, and then you can take it out and go to the arcade and put it in an MVS and pick up from where you left off. But then if your arcade is 6 inches away from your home console, it's kind of not as cool. Or maybe it's cooler.
He would do some different stunts in his videos, and then he had videos where he would go to E3 and go around and kind of bug some people, but by doing like ridiculously over-the-top things, but still making this character, Keith Apicary, very believable. So I really enjoyed this show, Talking Classics. It had a lot of funny moments, jokes, and one-liners in it. And I know that at some point in time, Nathan stopped and did more dance videos and tried out some different things because it got quite a few views and brought new eyes to his channel. But I kind of felt like the Keith Apicary character sort of fell to the side a bit, and I don't know. I was really enjoying that content, and I'm sad it went away, but you can still see Keith Apicary popping up here and there. I think it was America's Got Talent. Keith came on and did like a dancing act there that was pretty funny and entertaining, and he made it pretty far in the competition. I hope to see more of Keith Apicary. There used to be Keith Apicary music videos, and I mean, I thought it was all great. I thought it was all hilarious and very well composed.
I'm going to E3. I'm going to E3. Oh my gosh. I'm going to E3. I'm going to E3. Oh my gosh. 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 I'm at E3. I'm at E3. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm at E3. I'm at E3. 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 I can't remember E3. E3. E3.
The next channel I want to talk about, it's a show called Awesome Video Games, also called Video Games Awesome, which was like their streaming that they did later on. And this is on a channel called Far From Subtle, and you can find it on Twitch, where they occasionally stream now. I'll get more into that. But it started off with this show, as far as I can tell, and I really enjoyed this show. It was these two dudes on a couch playing these over-the-top characters, super interested in the video games that they're playing, just immersing themselves within it, and it was hilarious. It was very funny, and I enjoyed all of the content that they put out. There was one episode that was a Paperboy episode. That's one of my favorites, where they reenacted the one character had a paper route, and he ran into many of the issues that you run into and obstacles and enemies from Paperboy, and it was pretty funny, you know, the way they made it like it was in real life while playing the game and reflecting upon the similarities which weren't really there. So what happened was, I know this group that made these shows, I don't know exactly what happened. They drifted apart somehow. Two of the people, Becky and Fraser, ran a Twitch channel, and I believe that they were responsible for the filming and editing of the shows, and they ended up moving to Japan and streaming less and less. So you're going to not see too much content from this channel, but it's still out there.
Well, boys, you know what they say about the word quit? You can't spell it without you and I. QT?
Thanks, Dad.
Well, dudes and dudettes, that about wraps it up for this week. I'm Ace.
And I'm Chet.
And I'm the loving father, Dad,
And this has been another awesome video game
show.
Next up is a show called Retro Hunters. And the Retro Hunter Rob is still around. He does streams from time to time. They're sort of infrequent. But the show that he had done on Screw Attack with his friend and had some of their friends do guest appearances was where they would go to flea markets and swap meets, and they would just go hunting for retro video games to add to their modest collections. I don't know how modest their collections are now, but at the time, you could see they had some knowledge about certain things and not so much knowledge about other things. And also looking at these videos, looking back at them, wow, the price difference of what even some of the stuff that at the time I watched and they found and they thought was expensive and I would have agreed with, now looks like a steal, like just a bargain for some of these games. And this show, from what I understand, I believe it started off before some of these other more popular game hunting videos like Game Chasers. This was the original, this was the first one I watched, and as far as I know, it came out before, if not just shortly before, many of these other game hunting videos. So go check it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed if you're into game hunting and collecting videos.
Today, we didn't get a lot of stuff, but the stuff that we did get was really good. So that's kind of cool. So today I picked up a copy of Star Fox 64, Turtles in Time for the Super Nintendo, and then a Super Nintendo mystery cart. And all of that was about 26 bucks. So I don't know how I feel about that, but some sweet games there, some good childhood memories. So what about you, man? What'd you think?
Well, I actually got Out of This World, and by a garbage can, I found this Oats and Honey bar, and I love these, so I grabbed it. That was free.
Next up is the Cartridge Crusaders. I don't know what happened here. This channel started to produce some content quite frequently, and then I found out about it. It was 4 guys. One of the guys dropped off, but they had an interesting intro. They would go around and just film themselves game hunting, going to different game stores, conventions, flea markets, thrift stores, anywhere they could find games. And it appeared as though they also had quite modest collections and were just starting to really catch the collecting bug and get into the hobby. And that was really fun for me to see and experience their experiences getting into it, and their disappointments, failures, and also their successes in finding certain things that they were looking for. And I always like seeing friends out doing things, having a good time. I don't know, I'm drawn to that. I like that in videos, and this certainly had that in this series. And then it just kind of tapered off and abruptly ended, and I never seen any more of their content. But go check them out. I wish they'd come out with more stuff. No idea what they're doing now. Cartridge Crusaders. Ryan Right Now, this was a YouTuber who started off just kind of doing anything. Game hunting videos mostly, a couple different reviews and things. I watched a video once where he was barbecuing chicken and just hanging out and talking about different things. And I could just relate to all of that. As his channel started to get some momentum, I saw he was game hunting with like Metal Jesus and Game Chasers when they were newer. And if you see the videos, you can definitely tell was sort of the beginning of the Game Chasers' rise to fame within the retro gaming communities. And it looked like Ryan was sort of, on the tip of becoming something a bit bigger. And then, I guess life just happens, and then YouTube takes a back seat, and then you disappear into YouTube obscurity. I hope that never happens to this channel, and I wish it never happened to Ryan's channel, but go check out Ryan right now. I think it still holds up a lot of his content to what a lot of different YouTubers are putting out now. And the last channel that I really miss, and I do not foresee ever coming back, though I wish it would, was, well, Sly Dog Studios. It's a NES homebrewer and a YouTube channel. Both still exist. The guy who runs it, his name is Rob. He's had his hands in basically anything to do with the NES, and very involved in the retro gaming community. But he doesn't put out these NES tip videos. And again, this is another thing I missed. It's probably, you're going to go back and look at it like, wow, this came out 10 years ago. But the quality was there. For that time, I was really impressed with this guy was putting out, and the tips and tricks he was offering in these videos are solid. If you see a game there that maybe you're struggling with or you think is just too difficult and hard, let's say Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde or a Double Dragon, check out those videos. Bayou Billy was one too that I always thought was a hard game, but getting the tips from it and watching these short YouTube videos definitely makes them a lot easier, if not beatable, for some of these games that you may be struggling with or find challenging or difficult. This dude was really good at these games and had some really great tips. So please, go check out all of these channels. I know giving some channel that doesn't get many views anymore or doesn't put out content isn't, you know, maybe a popular thing to do on YouTube. But hey, check them out if you never heard of them. If you have heard of them, let me know in the comments below which channels you liked or some other channels that maybe I didn't mention and I should check out. I'd really appreciate it. Until next time, players, I'll catch you on the flip side.